Good afternoon. Welcome to Vision 2018, China Daily's special coverage of the two sessions. I'm Andrew.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Charlie, live from the Two Sessions Media Centre. Each day on the show we'll be investigating a key issue in depth and examining the day's events to make sense of the decisions that will directly affect the nation.
As well as reviewing last year's planned pressing issues for the country will be discussed during the two sessions, along with implementing new policies and delivering reports on the goals for the coming year.
Some of the biggest talking points last year included improving rural health care, going greener, and revitalizing state-owned enterprise. While we will touch on several of these topics, we will also be focusing on newer areas of focus that are reshaping China.
Today's topic is social welfare. First, let's take a look at a clip from President Xi Jinping's 2018 New Year's speech.
同志们、朋友们、女士们、先生们，我们伟大的发展成就由人民创造。
Good afternoon. Welcome to Vision 2018, China Daily's special coverage of the two sessions. I'm Andrew.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Charlie, live from the Two Sessions Media Center. Each day on the show, we'll be investigating a key issue in depth and examining the day's events to make sense of the decisions that will directly affect the nation.
As well as reviewing last year's planned pressing issues for the country will be discussed during the two sessions, along with implementing new policies and delivering reports on the goals for the coming year.
Some of the biggest talking points last year included improving rural health care, going greener, and revitalizing state-owned enterprise. While we will touch on several of these topics, we will also be focusing on newer areas of focus that are reshaping China.
Today's topic is social welfare. First, let's take a look at a clip from President Xi Jinping's 2018 New Year's speech.
同志们、朋友们、女士们、先生们，我们伟大的发展成就由人民创造，应该由人民共享。我了解人民群众最关心的就是教育、就业、收入、社保、医疗、养老、居住、环境等方面的事情。大家有许多收获，也有不少操心事、烦心事。我们的民生工作还有不少不如人意的地方，这就要求我们增强使命感和责任感，把为人民造福的事情真正办好、办实。各级党委政府和干部要把老百姓的安危冷暖时刻放在心上，以造福人民为最大政绩，想群众之所想，急群众之所急，让人民生活更加幸福美满。谢谢大家。
So President Xi has continuously emphasized that the aspirations of the people to live a better life must always be the focus of our efforts. And a people-first incentive has since become the hallmark of this administration. There has been increasing emphasis on rural improvement in order to achieve a modernized and moderately prosperous society, and the poverty battle lies at the heart of the CPC's mission.
During the past 30 years, China has helped 800 million people escape poverty, which accounts for 70% of all people lifted out of poverty worldwide. Ban Ki-moon, 8th Secretary General of the United Nations, recognized China's efforts by saying China has achieved transformational results in reducing poverty. Many global media outlets also applauded China's achievements in this field. By the end of 2015, Chinese President Xi Jinping brought up the idea eliminating poverty in China by 2020, 10 years ahead of the target of eliminating poverty in all forms by 2030 set by the United Nations. Today, there are still more than 800 million people living in extreme poverty. The success of Chinese poverty alleviation serves as a valuable experience for the whole world. Besides personalized anti-poverty plans for each person, the nation's targeted poverty alleviation efforts also include various arrangements to create work opportunities and give people job training, turning the anti-poverty mode from blood transfusion to hematopoiesis. The Dulong Mountain Valley is home to about 7,000 people in China's mountainous southwest. Due to its high altitude, the mountain is snow-covered for half a year, isolating the community in impoverished and rudimentary conditions. Different from the usual poverty alleviation, government staff are planning to build the mountainous area as a tourism hotspot with its beautiful landscapes. Hu Guangrong feels like he's over the moon since government has built new houses for him. 2 to be exact, one for his family and another for tourists. Like others in the area, he used to eke out a living by collecting wild fruit and hunting. Tourism wasn't even in his mind. But poverty alleviation workers changed all that. Today, his village is connected to the outside world by a new tunnel, luring in tourists, broadening their vision, and bringing in economic revival. A Chinese saying goes, "Teach a man how to fish rather than give him a fish." But targeted poverty alleviation is more than this. The Chinese government would prepare accommodations and jobs in other places for those who live in areas without development value and encourage them to move away from their original places. As for ecological preservation area where exploitation is not allowed, the government will arrange jobs for forest rangers and forest planting. Accordingly, the environment will remain protected while people can have jobs. In the past 5 years, the Chinese government has invested 196.1 billion yuan in poverty alleviation and allocated petty loans, 283.3 billion yuan to poor people. All positive results reflect the government's effort and investment into poverty alleviation. The government officials are encouraged to try their best to implement poverty alleviation programs. To prevent counterfeiting, the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China has set up a strict inspection system, which allows different provinces to supervise each other, while all data needs to be verified by a third party as well. Kim Hun-ae, Director of International Fund for Agricultural Development, Asia Pacific Division, has praised China. The anti-poverty policy based on the accountability assessment is very effective. The more effort you put into it, the more support you get from government. As a result, local governments are working under pressure while feeling inspired at the same time. Chinese President Xi Jinping has visited nearly all 14 officially designated areas of destitution. During his entire 5-year span at the leadership helm, he has visited poor regions even on the eve of every Lunar Chinese New Year Spring Festival.
En Casa Presidencial, un presidente que se mueve tanto a la industria, visita escuelas, visita el campo, se está moviendo. Hay un interés, una calidad humana donde él definitivamente está cada día reflejando la importancia de cómo disminuir eso.
Maybe, as the Huffington Post has suggested, if we were to learn from the experience of the past decade and a half, the next development goals could be to create another China story, so to speak, which would bring humanity at the doorstep of ending extreme poverty for good.
Following the release of the #1 central document in February, a strategic framework for rural rejuvenation is now being shaped by objective targets, including making sure no one is living below the existing poverty line by 2020, ensuring universal access to basic public services for all in cities and rural areas by 2035, and a stronger, more modernized agricultural system in rural areas by 2050.
As well as relocating people from areas deemed inhospitable, 2017 also saw major improvements to overall living standards in rural areas. In his 2018 New Year address, President Xi said the number of people living in rural areas was reduced by over 10 million. Now, our correspondent Charlie is live from the press center of the Two Sessions with more on healthcare. Hello, Charlie.
Thank you both. In his work on the government reports last year, Premier Li Keqiang stated that basic health insurance systems for rural and non-working urban residents were merged and government subsidies for the system were increased. President Xi has also pledged that the government will improve the unified systems of basic medical insurance and serious disease insurance for rural and non-working urban residents. In light of this, the government expanded trials of comprehensive reforms in public hospitals throughout 2017, with all public hospitals joining the reform program in September. The reform itself centers on the principle of guaranteeing basic healthcare to all, while strengthening community health services. More efforts have also been made to expand the availability of family doctors and work towards abolishing all markups on pharmaceuticals and reforming the insurance system. Here is a video showing how the nation's health system has been reformed.
Over 1.3 billion people are covered by the Chinese medical insurance system, which is the largest scale of its kind in the world. There are huge numbers of public hospitals in China with incredible high efficiency. 1 week earlier appointment booking is not required for small diseases such as fevers. Neither will you experience months of delays waiting for an operation or spend countless hours waiting for care in the emergency room. Just go see a doctor whenever you need it. Meanwhile, a comfortable, retired life looks more promising in China as well. The Chinese pension has increased on a constant level for 13 years. Meanwhile, the Chinese government has issued elderly pension cards in many cities in the past 5 years, which will grant them favors in riding a bus and park entrances. Also, special services are provided for the elderly at many restaurants, so a balanced diet can be guaranteed for them.
So it will be interesting to hear the outcome of these reforms so far, as well as waiting to see what else is in store for the healthcare system.
And that was Charlie there for us in the Two Sessions Media Center. As well as improving healthcare, alleviating poverty, and rebalancing societal divides are vital government goals. A document released by the government in February further outlined key tasks for revitalizing rural areas, including residential sewage treatment and an increase in fiscal input. The development of public facilities in rural areas has progressed, with an increase in road access, power and water supplies, and jobs. Our correspondent Charlie also traveled to Xiangxi, where the Targeted Poverty Alleviation Project was initiated by President Xi Jinping. Let's take a look.
Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
你好，好的，往这走。这幅画就是我们精准扶贫。2013年11月3号，习总书记在我们这个市城府家里召开了一个座谈会，提出了实事求是、因地制宜、分类指导、精准扶贫的重要事项。在那个之后呢，我们全国推广了这个精准扶贫。
After nationwide promotion of targeted poverty alleviation, many counties and cities have sent focus groups to the poorer, rural areas. One government supporting team sent to Shubadong village initiated efforts to change villagers' perspectives, encouraging a communal transition from the passive acceptance of help to actively fighting poverty with their own hands.
我们到的这一家呢，是市城府家。2013年11月3号，习总书记呢就在这一家召开了座谈会，提出了精准扶贫的思想。在这家召开座谈会之后呢，这一家人生活呢发生了比较大的变化。我们可以在他这个农家乐去看一看。好。
What kind of changes has having this business brought to your life?
最早我是2012年到过这边来，然后这边条件很差，比如像我们这些青石板路啊，像我们这个场地啊，还有我们家那个堂屋那些，以前都是土平凹凸不平的，后来一直到14年铺了水泥了，这个场地也铺了青石板了，然后慢慢的我们就这边就变好了。
The team explored which local industries would be most suitable for the area in order to ensure maximum effectiveness through tailored, targeted relief. Miao embroidery is the traditional sewing artistry of the Miao people, and through cooperatives boosting appeal for the craft, Shubadong village promoted its unique cultural industry into the market to improve local income.
目前呢，我们这个合作社已经集中了我们54名绣娘，使我们这些绣娘呢就近就地务工，可以增加自己的收入。这个呢，既可以解决了我们的绣娘的这个做绣工有产品有市场的问题，也解决了绣娘照顾家庭的这个问题。
Dong Chao Chao, a village maker from Serve for China, leads many projects including winemaking, which produces a pure spirit from corn. Today, I'm going to visit one production base in Huanyuan County's Mandai village to find out more about the wine manufacturing process and Serve for China's mission.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Chao Chao.
Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm Charlie.
Hi, Charlie. This is one of the workshops of our cooperative.
Right, okay. And the workshop's just down there, is that right?
Yeah.
Cool. We'll go check it out.
Okay.
Dong Chao Chao mainly helps the villagers who made this wine to improve the quality of the product and its sanitation. In order to increase the income for local people, they've also helped them extend the distribution channel to sell the product across other cities. Here, Dong Chao Chao explained each step that would turn the corn into wine and invited me to try this strong corn wine.
It's very strong liquor. Okay, so this is the finished product here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my god, you can smell how strong it is.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh. I mean, it's good, but it's strong.
Now let's talk to our correspondent, Charlie Clarkson, live from the Two Sessions Press Center. Charlie, after seeing what's been happening in Shaanxi, what do you think of this targeted poverty alleviation project?
Well, from what I saw, these poverty alleviation strategies adopt an approach of mutual responsibility and partnership, where the government, independent organizations, and volunteer schemes contribute tailor-made incentives according to the needs and possibilities within each area. On a local level, urban areas are refocusing initiatives towards helping rural areas, and on a national level, entire regions are cooperating, guiding and supporting one another. But there is also a sense of responsibility of each individual within their own community. People want to help themselves and work together. Maximizing each area's unique resources supports the capacity for a stable industry, creating new jobs for villagers and their families, and in turn, generating local income. Housing has been either renovated or replaced, and improved infrastructure is increasing access for transport and healthcare. Assessing the needs of the local people is vital to the success of these efforts. So while the projects themselves may vary from region to region, the policy's foundations are nonetheless universal, creating an adaptable but effective solution. Back to you.
The well-being of the Chinese people is clearly at the center of governance. With only 2 years to 2020, precise measures are required to fulfill these goals, and future plans are likely to be released by the government throughout this year's Two Sessions.
We'll be keeping an eye on all the news coming out of the Two Sessions, and we'll keep you updated over the coming days. For now, from all of us here at China Daily, thank you for watching Vision 2018. We'll see you again soon.